Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome to the comedy extravaganza that is The Adventures of E. Strap yourselves in because in this podcast we dive into hilarious personal stories, mishaps, and everyday life. From the awkward encounters at the grocery store to trying to adult in a world that seems determined to trip us up at every turn. So whether you're listening during your commute or just kicking back with a cup of coffee, get ready to laugh until your sides hurt. Here's your host, Elissa.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. And
Heyo.
welcome to another wonderful episode of The Adventures of E with me.
And me.
My name is Elissa, and that's Jason. The one that sounds like a creeper.
Creeper.
Ew, you didn't need to whisper it.
Awkward.
That really was, actually.
It'll be all right. It'll be fine.
So a few things, some housekeeping things, as I like to say.
Housekeeping?
Some housekeeping things.
Housekeeping?
Everybody, the outpouring of love and support for Brenda was unreal.
Yes. Yes.
Unreal. But let's be honest. While she is the greatest national treasure, as she has been called, she's also the one that birthed me.
Yeah.
And gave me this personality. But more so, we're the ones that put up with her every day. We're the real MVPs here.
Yes. Yes, we are the real MVPs.
I think the fames went a little to her head.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, she was like, I heard Tom was texting about me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tom blew it up the next day. He was like, oh, her voice sounds so sexy.
He did not.
Yeah, no, he did.
Oh, Thomas.
And I'm looking forward to him listening to this podcast and getting called out again. Oh, and I'll have you know, the favorite child conversation, it continues. And here's why.
With whom?
So the other night, I went and helped Jeremiah, correct?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. When we're almost back to the house, after I'd hauled all this stuff from the local hardware store for him and, in the back of the truck, we're pulling into the neighborhood, and he looks over at me and he says, I really am still the favorite child. And I was like, fuck you, bro. Fuck you. That's bullshit.
I know.
So he's still on that kick that he's the favorite child.
I think I've replaced him. Just because it's my birthday month.
Your birth yay?
My birthday month.
Yeah.
So I think technically right now I have to be your favorite by default because it's my birthday month. So we'll see what July holds, though.
Yeah.
For all the contenders.
We'll keep our calendars open.
We'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Goes, folks. But no, so there was a lot of love and outpouring. I had a friend, a nurse friend, who reached out to me and said, I'm pretty sure basically we have the same mother, that her mom is a very serious smoker.
Yeah.
She would roll her own cigarettes and call them Rhonda Lights.
Rhonda Lights.
And so that, along with the Virginia Slim Light 120s, it killed me, right? And she's like, we should totally go out to lunch sometime. And I was thinking, like, I was reading it early, I think, in the morning. I don't honestly remember, but I wasn't clear-headed. How about that?
Okay.
And I thought she meant, like, her and I. And I was like, yeah, because I'm leaving that job. That would be awesome because I really like her. And then I reread it again, and she was like, her response was, my mom, me and my mom, and you and your mom. It's a date. And I was like, oh, that's what I've signed up for? Shit.
So instead of baby's day out, it's elderly day out?
It's Elder's Day Out, but I would rather that anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
All right.
I'm like 100 years old.
Well, yeah, I mean, we secretly and not so secretly are 100 years old.
I know. Yesterday, on my day off, what did I do? I sewed your jeans and put patches on them. I live a very exciting life.
And we were in bed by 7:30.
We really were. But, so that leads me to the next point. Not only did everybody love Brenda, we appreciated all the outpouring of love and support from everybody that knows us and some that don't even know us.
Yeah.
But, I'm skipping forward. I'm not circling back. I'm skipping forward.
Yet.
Stop it. To set the scene for you, I'm not sure if I told you guys about how the day I went to do, like, my new hire paperwork, the lady asked me where I drove from, and I said, I hail, and I stopped myself, and I said, I don't know why I just said hail. I said, but I hail from Muncie. And I was like, apparently now I'm suddenly in Bridgerton. And she just looked at me and she was like, It was very awkward, right?
Didn't get much of a laugh from it.
Oh, no. Like, and then I got more awkward and I just kept talking. Imagine that.
Yeah.
So anyway, we had that. Well, today was the first day at the new place, right?
Which, by the way, congratulations on completing the very first day.
Thank you, because there was touch and go moments. So,
Do tell.
Let me just start the day out for you. I actually had my life together this morning.
Yeah, you were doing pretty good this morning.
I did pretty good this morning. I got myself off, to work. I got there way too early, which that's not a bad thing, but I go in and it is, in my very humble opinion, every fat girl's worst nightmare waiting.
And why is that?
Okay. So imagine your gym auditorium with not like the theater seats, but the tinier seats. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They're real low to the ground because the ground is sloped.
Mm-hmm.
And there's tiny desks that pop up.
Okay.
Okay, well, when you're not a size 2 or even 12, you don't fit in there. Okay? It is my worst nightmare. Plus, on the chairs that you're supposed to sit at, they have the tablet thing, the desk things up with stuff setting on them that I can knock over with my butt.
Like people stuff, or is this like, hey, this is
like
welcome?
Paperwork stuff.
Oh, like welcome to the company kind of thing.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
I straight panicked.
Why?
Because, of course, my ass knocked everything over.
Did you?
I sure did. So then I finally sat down. Pop up, I'm like, first of all, I had to pop the whole thing down so I could set my stuff down and get myself together, because not only am I afraid my ass is not going to fit in the seat, my ass and my bag that I'm carrying we're not going to fit in the same seat at all. Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, you carry the survival bag from hell.
Well, and I even took out, I even edited it.
Edited it?
Yeah, I can't say that word right, obviously.
No burnt toast?
No toast. We're good.
Okay. All right.
So anyway, I finally get in my seat. I get my stuff put up. And somehow I got lucky enough that the two of the coolest women sat next to me on either side, and they knew the same people I did just by happenstance, whatever.
Well, nice. That's
yeah,
awesome.
so that was a plus, right?
Right.
Well, the one goes, do you care if I can set my stuff on your seat where my purse is holding it down because it's so fucking heavy? And I'm like, go for it. Well, somehow my fupa gets under the little desk thingy and it pops up and over, and there goes my notebook with my pen, and I'm already annoying everybody because while we're sitting there, I'm writing lists of things I need to do or get or whatever.
Trying to be professional and organized.
Yeah, but no, trying to pay attention and have ADHD.
Yeah.
And look professional.
Right.
And so everything goes flying. And I just sat there, and she looks at me, and I look at her. We both giggle, and I go, I give up. And she was like, I understand. So that happens, and I get myself together. And that all happens, and it was what it was. And we all had a good laugh. And then we had to eat lunch on these tiny tables.
How would you even do that?
It was terrible. I don't know how I made it. I really didn't even eat a whole lot because I didn't want to deal with it all.
And why would you eat lunch in an auditorium? That doesn't make any sense.
Because it was a quote-unquote working lunch.
Well, I get that, but when we were... Okay, so in school, when we were kids, when we went to the auditorium, you weren't allowed to bring a damn thing in there.
No food or drink.
No food or drink. You couldn't even bring a pencil in there. Now, you mean to tell me at this high-end medical facility that has an auditorium, a frickin' auditorium, and they want you to eat in there?
Yeah, we ate in there.
That just blows my mind.
At the baby Jesus desks.
That blows my mind.
It was terrible. The whole thing was terrible. And I was lost the whole time. It was great. It was fabulous.
Fabulous.
But so as we all know, my panic attacks start in my stomach. It did first thing this morning because I was a nervous wreck. And I had the worst gas that I hurt my own feelings. Like, that's how bad it was.
Okay.
I was like, ugh.
That's a solid 8, 9. Yeah.
So I get there. I have an 8 because I can't. My stomach's so upset.
Right.
And we're sitting there, and I'm holding in every fart pain I'm having. And then instead, it'd be like dead ass silent every time. And like the upper left quadrant of my bowels are like, roar.
And have you ever noticed the more you hold it, the louder they get?
Yes. And it only got worse. Well, then the stomach growls started. And it was dead ass silent. And I was like, who is that? Like, who's doing that? Somebody needs to eat. No, I didn't say that, but I did think that.
Is it like emanates from you?
Yeah.
And no one else?
I know. It was absolutely terrible. Like, I was sweating. I had the fart sweat so bad.
Yeah, I've been there.
So I got this job, and I just happened into it because a friend of mine works there, right? Somebody who I love. Well, we all love so much. That's Miss Janelle. And so she's like, so at the end of all this, like, long-ass speeches and everything, you know, your manager's supposed to find you. So she comes and finds me with this guy who's supposed to be my manager, and I don't know him. I've never met him, but she's worked with him for years prior and talked about him, so I feel like I know him.
Right.
Which I told him that, and I go, but yet you don't know me at all, so this makes this creepy. So he just laughed, right? He goes, so before I even said anything, he goes, I had said something to her. We were talking, and he goes, so have you been broken into any Kohl's lately? And I said, what?
Oh, no.
And I looked at Janelle, and I said, you didn't. And she goes, no, Alyssa, I swear I didn't. And dead ass. She was like, no, I swear I didn't. Like, I believed her.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I looked at him and I was like, well, how do you, huh? And he goes, oh, I'm a very avid podcast listener.
Oh, shit.
And I listened to your podcast and I was like, how? And he was like, I just happened to find it. And I looked at him scared. I looked like a backed up raccoon in a corner. And I go, and you still hired me? Why? And he started laughing. Well, he had listened to like the first 10 minutes of the first episode.
Yeah.
Because Janelle told him. And I was like, I looked at him and I said, I'm going to get you back. I said, I don't know how, when, or why yet, but I will. And he goes, I have no doubt that you will.
Nice.
He goes, but I really do listen to podcasts on my drive home, and I am going to start listening.
Nice.
And I was like, just don't listen to episode 2. And he was like, oh, I'm definitely going to episode 2. He goes, but I got to meet this mother of yours. And I said, oh, the Brenda? Come on over anytime.
Yeah. Yeah, she's on display for the world to see.
Oh, my gosh. She was so proud of herself. I was proud of her.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She really didn't have a ton of jitters.
No.
She did real good. I wish she had dropped her customer service voice a little bit. The first, 10 minutes, somebody texted me, or who was it? It was Lacey. It was either Lacey or Alana. One of them was like, your mom never dropped her customer service voice fully. And I was like, I know.
Yeah, she still tried to PC it for some reason.
But that's okay.
Yeah, but, that comes with time and, doing it more and
yeah,
just not giving a damn.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really the big thing.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, she's coming into her villain era.
So, should we talk about the accident?
What was the accident?
Where she thought she broke her hip with the dog the other day?
Oh, you tell it because you were there.
Oh, yeah. Well, she decided our dogs are idiots, clearly.
Oh, full-blown idiots.
And they, we have dogs surrounding us on 3 sides of our back fence. Well, the dogs went to one side, decided to bark at the fence, to chew at the fence, and attack the fence. Well, the Brenda decides to go over and try and correct them and get them back to the
corral them.
Yeah, get them back to the house and, put them inside and whatnot. Well, Lila, the big dumb horse, the black German Shepherd, she decides that she's just going to swing her big ass around and knock her knee out from underneath her.
She plowed into her.
Yeah, and just dropped her like a sack of potatoes.
She goes, "That's my good knee too," and she put it back into place because I heard it. I heard it go, like, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
God."
no, she definitely had it popped out, and she popped it right back in.
Yeah,
she's a trooper.
She's a bad bitch. What can I say?
I know.
Cut from the same cloth.
Kind of. Kind of. A little bit. A little bit.
You think only a little bit?
Just a smidgen.
Oh.
So, anyways.
Clearly my cloth's cooler, right?
Sure, we'll go with that. No, it is. It is.
Okay,
for sure.
don't hurt my. Don't.
It is for
my
sure.
Mom. Now you. I don't know about this anymore.
It is for sure. Your cloth is better.
Oh, there was something else I wanted to tell you, and now I can't remember. So apparently, it wasn't that important.
I will circle back to it.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me what you were gonna tell me.
Oh no, I was just gonna bring up. We had talked about merch a couple episodes back, and I'd put a post up online and kind of asked the question if people were interested. What do you think we should do? What do you think we should create?
Something cooler than what you posted, obviously.
Well, yeah, it was just a general hey, is anybody
right.
interested in something?
I'm not gonna lie, I really want to do the DDC, the Dead Dad Club.
Yeah.
I really want to do that, and I would love to not be like so showy, but maybe put the podcast logo on the sleeve.
Okay, all right.
Something like that. I really do want to do. And what was the other one? That was like instead of the thank you bag.
No, it was something about the donut.
Oh, fat donut.
Yeah.
That and a thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's spelled with an F.
Yeah. I think like those would be fun as shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we do hats too?
Nah, I'm not doing them.
Last round you didn't.
No.
You didn't enjoy.
They were terrible. I'll never do those again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think that would be fun. Also, ladies and gentlemen, my newest ADHD obsession is, drum roll please.
Candle making.
Okay, no. After that, the next newest interest one I'm having.
Oh shit, I don't know.
Sewing/embroidery.
Oh, that's new. That is new. That is, you haven't talked to me about this. This is
no,
a new endeavor.
I touched on it very briefly because I knew you weren't ready.
Yeah. Huh.
He wasn't ready.
Good to know. All right, well, I guess I better order that damn sewing machine for you.
But no, candle making still is as well.
Yeah. So I got to support the habit now. So I got to set you up a sewing station?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I can do that. I'm very task oriented, and I like to support you in whatever endeavor you want to follow through with.
Whatever.
Yeah. Within reason. Let's be honest. Within reason.
Yeah, because you don't let me do it all.
Yeah, I mean, you and power tools. No.
No, I'm better. Don't be like that because I just got my power tool privileges back.
Right.
And that's something I'm very proud of. And this is not a joke.
Right. No, you're
People, it's really
you've got
not a
your
joke.
drill and like screwdriver impact, cordless impact privileges back. Now, when it comes to things that have blades that go up and down or around really quickly, we're still out on that one.
But you haven't given me the chance.
Yeah, for good reason,
This is hurtful.
No.
This is like a very
I'm just
hurtful
trying to look out
for all of the world
I'm
to
just
hear.
trying to protect you.
Or my fingers.
Yeah, or the rest of your body. I mean, you damn near took a drill spinning and drove it through your leg while you're on a ladder. Oh, wait. What is it with you and being up on things?
That was an actual ladder, and that's still the ladder. We still have the step stool out here on the landing.
Wait. Hold on. You told me you did that at your old house before you and I got together.
Yeah, I had that step stool.
Oh, shenanigans. That thing's cursed. It's cursed.
It is not cursed. Jason, no, it's not.
Yeah, it is because it told you not to come get it the day that you broke your cooter and fell on the
That's not
stool.
what it told me. It was
my
ADHD brain. Here is the struggle that we're having in our home right now, folks. Is we are having conflicting signs. So last week I find 4 or 5 4-leaf clovers.
A bunch. Let's just say a bunch.
4 or 5. Yeah. And then my car wouldn't start, right? And I'm like, ugh, okay.
Just randomly out of nowhere.
Okay, like, that's an oxymoron. Then, as I'm picking Mom off the ground after Lila took her knee out like a dirty Brooklyn gangster, I go, oh, look, there's another 4-leaf clover. I'm like, I give up.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
I don't know, yeah.
We're getting mixed signals in this house.
Yeah, the universe is acting a little weird right now. But it's very yin and yang. It's balancing. Have you noticed, like, we've had a lot of good, but we've also had a lot of bad lately?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it's mixed signals. Like, it's been an intermix of both.
But, you know, if you think about it, like, even though it kind of sucks, the bad sucks, obviously, like, I don't necessarily mind it. And you want to know why? Because instead of going for an extended period where you have a lot of bad and then you make up for it with, like, a lot of good at one time or a little bit of good over a short period of time or something like that, it's balancing out almost instantly.
Right.
You know, it's like you can manage it. Like you get a like low.
You can have it all.
Yeah, you get a low and then you get a high, you know, very, very quickly following. So I think it's a very different way of looking at it, but I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. So
I don't disagree at all. I was going to share this, actually, and it's not what you think it is. It says when things don't...
How do you know what I think it is?
It says the burnt toast theory.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, I was waiting for you to say, it means you're having a stroke.
No.
No, it says, okay, if you burn your toast this...
Do I need to read it?
No.
Okay.
No, I can read.
Okay.
You're one of those kids in school. If you burn your toast this morning, the time you spent toasting another slice of bread may have saved you from a car accident or made you late for something but caused you to run into somebody who will become your best friend. The burnt toast theory is the idea that each small inconvenience happens for a bigger reason. So next time you have failure, just trust the process and something better's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually saw that weeks and weeks and weeks ago, and I saved it. And I had originally wanted to talk about it last week, but Mom ended up on here, and things shifted, and that's fine. But it actually goes along with, like, the whole signs in the universe and other things that we were talking about.
Yeah, well, and it's something that I wholeheartedly believe in. Like, I don't know, you know, I've told you I've had experiences where, you know, something's held me up while I was driving, or traffic got really bad, or I couldn't pass somebody, and then come to find out, you know, a quarter mile up the road there's a cop, or a quarter mile up the road somebody's just had an accident, and if I would have been up there, I would have been potentially part of it. Yeah, so I mean, I've actually had those experiences and seen that universe kind of talking to you, going, hey, you know, pump the brakes. You need to slow
down, literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was interesting. I thought I'd share, because I do believe in that too.
Yeah, I mean, well, definitely sharing is caring.
You had to hit me with that.
I did.
I wasn't prepared. She wasn't ready.
Nope.
So my now old work family had a party for me for my last day.
A little good luck in your future endeavors
soiree.
Party. Little soiree.
And the decorations said, good luck finding better coworkers than us, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
They got pizza, which I'm 12 and I'm a sucker for a pizza party, and they got a ice cream cake, which I never actually got a piece of. And that was my own fault, because when I was ready for it, I was busy. So
and then they already all ate it, I'm sure.
No, I think there was like a couple pieces left, but then it was time to go, and I was like, I'm too tired to
go home or eat ice cream cake.
Right.
Yeah.
But they surprised me with a really big succulent, which I love plants. Actually, I don't. I love succulents because I can't kill them.
Well, there have been a couple you have.
I can. I can definitely kill them.
Yeah, you can kill them.
But I can neglect them, and they still slightly love me back for a while.
You circle back to them.
I circle back.
Yeah.
Shut up.
You circle back to them because you'll be, like, super into it, maintain them. They look absolutely gorgeous, and then you're like, oh, squirrel. And then a week later, you're like, oh shit, I haven't taken care of my succulents. And guess what?
Or 3 weeks later, whatever.
Yeah, and then guess what? You come back around to it.
They perk right back up.
They're fine. They are fine.
So they got me some succulents for my going away gift, and they got me a picture with some black crystals, which was really cool. I don't know if you saw it downstairs.
No, you haven't shown it to me.
I actually put it out already.
Oh, okay.
But it's from where we took a picture together on Christmas Eve, and then we cropped Lacey into it.
Oh, I saw you
wearing
posted
a
online.
Motley Crue. Yeah. So they framed it for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that was pretty cool.
So, but yeah. So it's an ending of an era, if you will.
Yeah, well, all good things must end.
Just like this podcast. For this episode only, though.
Well, it's not over yet.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh.
No. You were supposed to have way more things to talk about tonight.
I really didn't.
I know, you're just winging it.
Well, I fully had to because I'm working 5 days straight.
Yeah.
Which I'm not used to.
Yeah.
Don't come for me, people. That's just not my normal schedule.
It's my normal schedule, but that's okay.
But then I worked on the weekend.
Yeah.
And then I worked all day here in the house yesterday sewing your jeans up and whatnot, being fucking Martha Stewart.
You know, I'm going to say it didn't take you all day to sew them damn jeans.
No, but I had to put patches on them. I had to do this. I had to do that. I had to do laundry. I cleaned your bathroom. Like, don't start your shit with me.
I'm not starting nothing. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Let's have a good account for time here.
Oh, I am going to circle back. My ADHD just kicked in.
All right, bring it on.
So, anyway, I was talking to Liz at work about the winery. She goes, that's the episode I'm cut up to. She goes, you said Kaylee's name, but you said my other coworker. And I said, well, I don't want to upset anybody and put their name out there.
Right.
And she was like, there's a lot of Elizabeths out there. So Elizabeth is the one that grabbed the skeleton mouse and flung it in the air, not once but twice. She's listen, let me tell you. This is totally off topic, but she is the baddest bitch I know. Okay,
why do you say that?
Okay. She grew up with like 7 or 8 sisters, and they all used to beat the shit out of each other.
Okay.
They were very much raised like, throw some dirt in it, spit on it, good luck, right?
Right, yeah.
Grew up, it was very rough from what I understand, but like, so smart. That woman is, if I could remember half the things she's probably forgotten just in her lifetime as a whole. Like, just so smart.
Right.
And she works her ass off. And, of course, she's like a size 2. And she's tall. And she looks good. What a bitch.
Well, she probably ain't got no time to eat since she's so busy all the time.
No, she does. And she drinks Coca-Cola like it's water.
Huh.
Skinny bitch. But I do love her. I adore her. She's a bad bitch.
Hey, diabetes don't judge. Seriously. Like, I mean, I got diabetes and I'm not small. And we know people that are like size double, triple zero and they've got diabetes.
She goes and like goes hiking and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, she's one of those. Like, she's just super cool.
Oh, she's one of those?
She's one of those.
Yeah, she's the health type.
She drives the Jeep. She's one of those.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
No, because I had a Jeep.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But we didn't go hiking.
No.
No. Too fat for that shit.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
She's a bad bitch, and that's all that needed to be said.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
You can circle back to where you were. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Oh, God.
You distracted me.
I know. Shit.
That's a struggle right there.
I ruined it all.
So we've gotten to, I think this is either our 14th or 15th episode. We kind of recapped like on the 6th or 7th episode, like with goals and like where we wanted the podcast to go, the vision and just kind of the thoughts and those types of things. How do you think it's progressed since then in what we talked about, kind of the desire for it?
I cannot fully answer that.
Okay.
Let me tell you why.
Yeah, please do.
I have thought. I was going to say thoughtin', but that's definitely not a word. Mm-mm. I see a longer goal picture now with some things happening that we can't talk about it just yet.
Right.
Like, that sounds so bougie, and it sounds so weird for me to say that. But that is the truth. That I think that there's things that are bigger on the horizon that I haven't even thought in my mind up yet.
Okay. So you're saying that, like, you don't necessarily have a vision for it because you can't, you just know that something's coming, but you don't necessarily know what it is.
Right. Like, do I think every episode people want to listen about my I'm not going to say boring life, because my life is far from boring.
No, yeah, it's very
But
far
no,
from
they
boring.
have their own boring, quote-unquote, lives to lead. No, I mean, I think people are going to want to join in because I do have really weird, relatable, real-world experiences, but I also know a lot of people who do, too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's just there's a bigger, broader spectrum out there that I haven't even imagined yet.
Yeah. You know, and honestly, you know, you talk about a quote unquote boring life that we talk about, you know, whether it's boring or not. Like, some of the podcasts that I listen to are people that, you know, converse about things that they're experiencing or things that they've gone through or stories that, you know, their families and, you know, so forth and so on. And it's very interesting because you can almost in a way subconsciously connect while disconnecting. It's almost like it just fills in the void, and it allows you to separate yourself from your own personal BS and listen to somebody else's, which is
BS.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
Interesting, because I came across a TikTok that was like, you want to hear about the drama in a small town that you don't know anybody? Like, I could put, if I was at liberty to put out there more of what I do and things that I see and whatnot, I would love to do that. That'd be so much fun, because I get sucked into those fucking videos. A, because I'm nosy.
Right.
I am so nosy. I can't help myself. But B, yes, it takes me out of my own bullshit, and it makes me giggle about somebody else's fucked up life. But I also, a friend of mine, I was talking to her about some things that are going on that I can't talk about yet. But I said, you know, I'm nervous about, like, I'm stressed out and I'm nervous and I'm anxious. And she was like, why? And I was like, because what if I'm not good enough? What if this isn't good enough? What if I'm who I am in this life that I lead that I really think is so funny, and I get myself into these situations? What if it's not enough after all? And she replied back with, you know, that sounds a lot like imposter syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you are enough. Like, you've made it this far, you know, doing this, that, and the other, and always being you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it doesn't have to be enough for everybody else. It just has to be enough for you.
Right.
That's the key.
But I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Like, this is not enough for me, obviously. Like, we've talked about it, and we've had so many people be like, you have to do video, because the face is everything. And I'm telling you, I make a lot of strange-ass faces.
Oh, yeah. And that was actually going to be the next thing I bring up.
Like, that is the next big goal, I think, for us as a whole.
Is to start video podcasting.
Yes. But I feel like there's more coming that's bigger, too.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree. I mean, we would actually love to get some feedback from, you know, the people that listen to us and, you know, follow us and whatnot. You know, if we were to video podcast and, you know, record this and put it up on YouTube, what does everybody think about that? Because we're entertaining it. We've talked about it. There's just a lot more that goes into it.
Yeah.
Know? So I don't know. What are your thoughts? I mean, do you feel like that's the logical next step?
I don't know that that's the logical next step, like that's happening next week. But I do think in the progression of things, that would be the most natural way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people who do know us outside of you know, this realm.
Yeah. No, it's on a personal level.
I'm hailing and realming from things. I don't know what is wrong with me.
Yeah.
But anyway, who may not get to see us on a regular basis, like that might be better for them. I don't know. I just, you know, especially some of the stories, like when Mom was here, her face.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can't capture that in a voice.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to see it to get the full effect. Like, it's hilarious when she tells it, when we tell it.
And the giggling, like...
Yeah, and laughing hysterically, yeah.
You can't enjoy that. Like, you could watching it, like...
But it magnifies tenfold.
Right.
It,
and then you start watching each other, and we get to laughing even harder, and then we get to cry. It's a fucking mess. Like, So I do think that that's in the books.
Yeah.
In the works, darling.
Yeah, that's something I'll have to start working on.
I've been watching a lot of London stuff lately, and I suddenly feel like I should live there. I'm kind of obsessed with it, okay? And let me tell you why.
With London itself or the UK in general?
The UK in general, but let me explain why.
Okay.
I feel like London, because you could live 30 minutes outside of London, and it'd be like beautiful country village side.
Yeah.
Or you can go 30 minutes into the city.
Yeah.
It's the best of both worlds.
I'm not going to say it isn't. However, there's a lot of that here in, the Midwest, too.
Boo.
I'm just saying.
Let's move to the UK because I want to be British. Well, that was terrible, but...
Well, technically, we're all really partially British.
That's a technicality.
Genetics.
Genetically speaking.
Yeah, I
can't.
I'm not throwing any tea overboard anytime soon or, doing anything along those lines and telling the king to piss off. But
speaking of tea, I love it when I look at somebody and I said, did you say tea, herbal, or verbal? And they really have to think about it. And I think it's hilarious every time I use it and nobody else gets it.
Yeah, no,
and it
that's
kind of breaks my heart.
Herbal or verbal? I like it.
Verbal.
I'm going to start using that now.
I use it all the time, especially at work.
Like, I've never heard that before.
I do it all the time at work because I don't expect
to
ask you about tea. That's why.
Yeah. Well, I don't typically have tea because, I'm not a shit starter. So.
And we live together.
Yeah.
We see.
What?
We gotta tell them about the Tea to the Max real quick though. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, speaking of the Dead Dad Club shirts and whatnot, the other day, I was having some depressies, I'm not going to lie, and Jason knows the way to my heart, and that is to take me to the Tea of the Max.
Well, initially it was to take you to this new, donut restaurant place that we were going to try out, but when you walk in the door, there's a line at the door, and then everybody that's sitting inside the restaurant doesn't even have food, and they're waiting, playing on their phones. Yeah, no, hard pass.
So we left, and he took me to Tea of the Max because he loves me that much.
I do.
So anyway, we're in TJ Maxx, and... I was on one because I was just, I wasn't super depressy, but I just wasn't.
You were just kind of done for the day.
I was just kind of in a funk, yeah. So anyway, we all round the corner where the furniture is and the candles. Everybody has the same store layout kind of.
Well, kind of, but I've seen some that are all screwed up. They're all over the place.
So we're rounding that, and I don't see anybody. And Mom, Brenda, goes, "Oh, Father's Day's coming up." And I, without missing a single second, said, "Well, I'm saving money this year because I'm not buying my dead dad a gift." And next thing I know, Jason and I lock eyes, and he has this face he's going to bust out laughing.
Oh, I was dying inside, literally.
Bust out laughing or cry.
It was horrible.
And I go, "What?" And his face turns red, and he, can't even talk, and he's, pointing, give me a second, that kind of thing. Then he lets it out, and he breathes, and he's like, "Go ahead, tell him," because I obviously wasn't paying any attention.
Well, we had walked down an aisle and rounded a corner when you were talking about this, and we just so happened to pass a nice young lady that was pushing a cart, and she was heading towards us, and you so loudly proclaimed that you were saving money, that you were being fucking frugal because you're part of the Dead Dad Club, right?
I can't believe I did that.
And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, yeah, Father's Day is coming up. You spout that off. I look to my left. This young lady stares at me, locks eyes, freaks out, turns around, walks the other way. She just does an about face with the cart. I thought she was going to knock shit off the shelves.
So he looked at me and he goes, "She just ran the other way."
Yeah,
and I said, "No shit." And I looked around and she was gone. And him and I started laughing so hard. And then you have Brenda going, what? What's going on, guys? And we're like, we can't even tell you because we can't even pull ourselves together. But we told her, obviously.
Yeah, eventually, within a few minutes. And then she was like, oh, my God.
You guys are terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
Terrible.
So terrible. But no, it was a good time. It was a good time walking around the TJ the Maxx.
That was funny.
So I think she actually kind of went down like 3 aisles and then booked it down the main aisle and left.
I actually think she did leave because when I turned around to go down over by the comforters, she was gone.
Yeah, she was gone.
She was walking out the door.
Yeah.
She may not even have checked out. I don't know.
You freaked her out so much she stole shit.
I may have scarred her for the rest of her fucking life.
She took her Father's Day's gifts and walked out the door.
She said, She said she already smelled it on me. She was like, she got a dead dad. She got a dead stepdad. She is, I gotta go.
It's a stink that just lingers. It just festers.
It just festers. I told somebody the other day jokingly, I'm like, it was a terrible analogy, guys. Don't come for me. They're like, we're gonna miss you. It was my last day. And I was like, I'm like herpes. You can try to get rid of me. I may go dormant for a while, but I always come back. And I thought it was hilarious, okay?
Crickets?
No, a couple people giggled and somebody goes, well, I'm like syphilis. And I said, oh, whoa, this escalated too far.
Yeah, that's too much. Too far.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
No.
Just thought I'd share that.
Well, on that note.
Are we done now?
Yep. We're going to wrap it up. But I want to say thank you to everybody that obviously follows.
Wiki. Wow, that was terrible.
Follows and likes and listens to the podcast.
That was so bad.
We just we're having a blast with it, and we're gonna keep experimenting, and maybe do some merch here before too long, and maybe get into video, and start.
There's lots of things coming, like super exciting things coming.
Yeah, there's lots of big stuff coming that we're just excited to have fun with. We're not pushing to do this as a profession. We're not pushing to do this as anything else.
Although I wouldn't say no. I'm not gonna lie.
I know you wouldn't. I don't know if I could do it though. Carrying all this weight on my back, producer, writer, editor.
Oh my God.
Distributor, social media manager. I mean, all those things. It's just a lot. Just saying.
Okay.
But anyways, thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you so much again. And bye.
Bye.
We out.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. Make sure to share and like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/The Adventures of E, and on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@Adventures of E. See you next time.